Chaos Theory is back with its third season, and this time runs alongside the Jurassic World Dominion storyline. But does it stumble into the same dino-sized pitfalls as the film, or deliver a better version of the story? One that fans truly deserve. Let's get into it. With how Season 2 ended and the reveal of the broker, I had a feeling that Season 3 would either lead into Jurassic World Dominion or run alongside it, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. The series picks up right where we left off, with Darius and the gang holding Bumpy's egg on the runway, watching Brooklyn leave with a broker. And throughout this season, you can see the impact Brooklyn's decision had on her friends, not only as individuals, but the group as a whole. Sure, the group's had its shares of arguments and disagreements in the past, but what I've always appreciated about this show is how the drama never drags on. Conflicts are usually resolved quickly, and even when they don't see eye to eye, the group still shares the same goals and still works together to achieve them. But not this time. They're all conflicted on what they should do next, and you can understand everyone's point of view and their feelings on the matter. And that's what this show's always done well. It makes you care about the characters and the decisions. Talking about characters we care about, the show introduces us to some new characters. We finally get to meet Ben's Italian's girlfriend Gia. Turns out she is real. We're also introduced to her Nona, a kind-hearted but superstitious grandma. And even though we only get to know these characters for a short amount of time, when the intense dinosaur scenes are happening, you actually worry about the characters. That's another thing the show does better than the films. The dinosaur scenes are tense, especially with how they do the sound and the animation, which give the dinosaurs that fear factor, meaning you actually feel like the characters are in danger and could even die, rather than the films, which feel more like MCU movies. I still can't get over the scene where Chris Pratt stops a parasaur. Whilst it's in full sprint, mind you, it's absolutely ridiculous. In real life, that situation would have played out a lot differently. Whilst the Nublar 5 are in Italy, we're introduced to two new dinosaurs. The first being Smoothie. That's right, we're finally introduced to Bumpy's baby, a mischievous little Anki that's going to make DreamWorks a buckload of money in merchandise. We're also introduced to a Pyroraptor, the same species from Jurassic World Dominion, but in Chaos Theory it's portrayed much scarier and a lot more menacing. Honestly, that scene in the town when it steps out of the darkness, I'd have been like, No! No! No, 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 hell no, 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 I refuse, no, no. So, I know what you're thinking, which is, other than the Pyroraptor, how does this relate to Jurassic World Dominion? And that brings me on to Brooklyn's story. Whilst the rest of the Nublar 6 are in Italy, figuring out a plan on what they should do next, Brooklyn's working undercover for the broker at the illegal dinosaur market in Malta. And this is where this story really begins to parallel the film, giving me major nostalgic vibes from Season 1 of Camp Cretaceous, where you get to see the events of the film unfold, but from completely different perspectives. And I gotta say, just like Camp Cretaceous, Chaos Theory tells the story better. You essentially get to witness the build-up to the events of the film, providing much more lore and depth to the story. What I liked about this season is we finally get to see more of Brooklyn's arc and how she's developed as a character. Brooklyn's always been one to push boundaries, but it's clear that both her past experiences and her involvement in the criminal underworld has had a significant impact on her personality. She's not the same carefree risk-taker anymore. You can see how these experiences has shaped her character, making her more guarded, strategic and darker than we previously knew her. And this is made even more prominent when you think about her reaction to the illegal dinosaur market compared to the rest of the gangs later in the show. Dichung Ockman reprises her role as the broker, and compared to the film, she actually feels like a great antagonist. It's probably because she doesn't just feel like some random saleswoman like she does in Dominion. We get to find out more about her as a character, and let me tell you, she's ruthless, cold and calculating. To her, it's all just business. She doesn't care about anything else except playing the game and making money.
Relationships is like playing chess. The queen can't win alone, no matter how powerful she is.
And the way the show tells the story makes her feel like one of the series' most ruthless antagonists, well, except for the Handler, who also makes a return this season and is just as intimidating as ever. Now, minor spoiler here, but that last scene with the Handler and the broker was awesome. The fact that when the Handler puts a hand out to stop a Carnotaurus from eating a raptors, expecting it to stop like in the films, and the broker says, "Oh, not this again," just before the Carno eats the Handler was perfect.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
The scenes in the movies where the main cast put their hands out and then for no reason the dinosaur they're facing backs down annoyed me every time. It only made sense for Owen and the raptors, and other than Blue, they're all dead. The way this was written was almost meta and fourth wall breaking, and definitely makes it one of my favourite scenes in the entire franchise. Overall, Chaos Theory runs alongside the first half of the Jurassic World Dominion movie, but does it better, as well as wrapping up the unanswered questions the film left us with regarding the Broker, and perfectly setting up the next season to take place during the second half of Dominion at Biosyn Valley, where no doubt we will see more from the Pyroraptors, and I have a theory that the Nuclear 6 will end up encountering the Therizinosaurus, and will probably be the reason the Therizino ends up at the same place as the Giganotosaurus at the end of Dominion. I'm also really hoping for the return of my favourite dinosaur, the Dilophosaurus. But what are your thoughts on this season of Chaos Theory, and do you have any theories of your own? Let me know down in the comments, and if you could do me a solid by liking and subscribing, it'd be much appreciated. Also, if you like livestream gameplay, check out my Twitch, and I'm currently looking for a Discord admin, so if you're interested, join my Discord and send me a message. The links are in the description. I hope you all have a great week, and thanks for watching. Until next time peeps, stay frosty.